Neighbor upset about fence we installed with HOA approval. WYTD. My husband and I just moved into our home on February 3rd. This is basically our dream home, and we've worked really hard to get here, so this situation is pretty upsetting. Shortly after moving in, we had a property survey done because we planned to install a fence for our dogs. The fence was approved by our HOA before installation. The first interaction we had with our neighbor, we'll call her Nellie, was when my husband waved to her at the mailbox and she just stared and didn't respond. Not a big deal, but that was the first sign something might be off. A couple weeks later, our fencing contractors started installing the fence. Nellie came outside and demanded they stop working. The contractors told her they had homeowner approval and HOA approval and continued working. She then called the head of the neighborhood committee to complain. The committee head actually called my husband afterward and said she was being unreasonable and seemed surprised by her behavior. Fast forward to this week when the fence was completed. My husband was in the backyard with our dogs and Nellie came out to the fence and introduced herself. She immediately said the fence is not going to work. Her complaints were, the fence doesn't match her fence, it's about a foot taller than hers, it's close to the property line, and we didn't come talk to her before installing it. She said that would have been the neighborly thing to do and that it was disrespectful not to ask first. For context, her fence is actually right on the property line, and ours is a few inches inside our property based on the survey. She also complained about our dogs barking around 7 a.m. and said it was unreasonable that we allow our dogs to go in and out through a dog door instead of walking them. She also said it's not acceptable that our dogs might be outside when she has guests over. She mentioned she's part of the neighborhood committee and said she's going to see what she can do. She also said she doesn't think we're a good fit for the neighborhood and mentioned she's lived here for 21 years. My husband told her the fence was HOA approved and based on a survey. He also said we plan to install cameras in the backyard so we can monitor if the dogs are barking excessively. She responded by saying we were being too analytical. At one point, her husband came out and the conversation became a little more reasonable in tone. He said they are devout Christians and seemed frustrated about the situation, but nothing really got resolved. We've already told the HOA chair we're fine with them coming onto our side if they ever need to access their fence for maintenance. So my question is, how would you handle this going forward? We want to be good neighbors and we're not trying to cause problems, but I'm also starting to worry she might start calling animal control over the dog's barking. Any advice from people who've dealt with difficult